I'm gonna be honest, I didn't plan on making this a multi-part series, but clearly in season 7, you crackheads that play on duelist and support, oh my lord. From a tank perspective, I had to make another one. I had to. There's no way. Why tanks hate everyone part 2? We're doing it. We're here. So before we get too far along, if you're brand new here, welcome. I do a lot of discussion-based content on Marvel Rivals. I get a lot of perspectives from high rank, mid rank, and casual players. I encourage you guys to express yourself. Give me your viewpoints, your perspectives, your input down below, whether you agree or disagree. And we're jumping right into it, part 2. I love you guys for all the support, though. Thank you. We're super close to 1K, and I appreciate any and all the support on the way. But my duelists specifically, I'm gonna get to my supports, right? I'm talking from the tank's perspective. So my tanks, I need you guys to step forward. All my Vanguard mains, okay? If you're a Vanguard, you're a tank player, I need you front and center. Give me your experience this season in season 7, okay? Give me your experience. Tell me down below. Talk to me. How you feeling? Are we still solo tanking? Why even ask that? Of course we are. Of course we're still solo tanking. What do you mean? Huh? Of course we're still solo tanking. My duelist. I need to talk to y'all. I made a duelist exposed video already, but I really need to talk to you guys because the simple fact, here's the thing. I knew the ult changes was gonna expose a lot of people. I understood that. I knew that was coming. I wasn't stupid. We knew a bunch of people in this game were a bunch of ult merchants. Hawkeye sitting there farming damage just to launch off an ult. Elsa mains just farming damage just to launch off an ult. Moon Knights. I understand. Phoenixes just farming damage on the goddamn tank. Punishers just farming damage. We all, Star-Lords is farming damage. Psylocke is farming damage. We all know that y'all was a bunch of ult merchants. We're not surprised. It's how the game was since launch. I'm not mad at it. What I'm frustrated at is how, the DPS community, how I had so many duelists that will be in my comments, that be in my matches, right? That will sit there and tell me, oh, my role is the hardest. Oh, we the best this, blah, 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 blah. I'm better. Mechanics, all that. And then when it's time to put your money where your mouth is, neutral game season, there ain't no more ult spam. Yes, some characters can get their ult kind of ish quick, but it's nowhere near as crazy as it used to be. Okay, that percentage change to ults, it's felt, trust me. So now I'm in these extended fights. We're in neutral. The game's been out for a year and some change. And you mean to tell me you insta-log? Because I'm solo tanking. I need you guys to understand. Us tank mains are so tired of having to deal with triple DPS. And don't worry, I'm going to get the triple support. Support mains, you guys are not excluded from this conversation. I'm going to get to y'all. Don't worry. But my DPS players, some of y'all are frauds. Okay, in that mid-rank diamond GM low area, it's a bunch of frauds. It's a bunch of frauds. I can't lie. I've sat there on tank. I've been in a team fight that lasted 2 minutes straight of nobody dying. I'm over here screaming target priority. I got an Iron Fist, not killing nothing. I got a Hella, not hitting not a single shot on nobody. I'm not saying you gotta be a headshot freaking enthusiast, but at least hit a body shot. Look at the percentage at the end of the game. Look at the accuracy. They have freaking 28% accuracy. We in the 20s on Hella. Give me 40% at least. You mean to tell me this whole entire time, the only time you can get a kill is when you get your ultimate? Seriously? I got people telling me, can you play a real tank? Can you play a real DPS? Excuse me? I'm on Angela in the back line, right? I be on Angela in the back line, distracted enemy team, right? I be back there doing my thing. Repositioning supports, doing damage, getting picks. Mind you, for me to get a pick on Angela, it takes a little bit more effort than, someone like a Punisher, somebody like a Psylocke, somebody like a Bucky. Your kits are designed to do a lot of damage. My kid, I gotta kind of, I gotta do animation cancels. You know what I'm saying? I gotta build up my charge. And on top of that, I'm playing Angel. There's a bunch of CC in the game. But guess what? I couldn't ban Invis because y'all don't want me to ban Invis. Y'all want to sit there and ban Moon Knight. Y'all want to sit there and ban Spider-Man. Y'all want to sit there and ban stuff that don't matter. My DPS is like, oh yeah, we need to ban this. For what? I had someone ban Ultron. Well, my DPS players was talking about some, oh yeah, ban Ultron. So it makes it easier for us to kill them in case they go there. Do they have a Lord Ultron on their team? This is mid-rank. Are we in top 500? Am I expecting to go up against a top 500 Ultron in here? What are these bans? You can't listen to duelist on this game when it comes to any kind of IQ level advice. It doesn't make sense. The running joke on here, on this channel, has always been my duelists tend to be a little stupid. My supports tend to be a little soft. But honestly, you know what? Nowadays, this season, I mean, it's pretty interchangeable. Sometimes I got some soft DPS. I tell my DPS, hey, can we lock it in? I don't even be toxic like that, right? A lot of times I don't even got my voice chat on because I don't feel like dealing with y'all. But when I do turn it on, I'm like, especially when it's like a circumstance where we can actually win, we just need to stop sitting there and selling. Sometimes I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe my teammates just need a little bit more direction. Maybe we just need some verbal direction. I'm like, hey, Daredevil, right? I'm a phone. When I get my full charge on Emma, I'm gonna walk to their back line. Be ready. I got Daredevil sitting here telling me, don't tell me what to do. Oh, okay. Mind you, the dude's going freaking 16 and 14. Oh, well, I'm a dive character. I'm like, I'm a dive character. That's gonna happen. So dive character. When I play Angela, I don't be dying 16 times or 14 times. What are we talking about? So now we're justifying because we're a diver, we're supposed to die multiple times. You like being a loading screen merchant? Hold on. So you mean to tell me, hold on. So if I want to be a DPS main, right? Because I'm about to be in my DPS arc in season 7.5, I'm in my DPS era. So you mean to tell me if I decide to sit here and insta-lock Spider-Man and I start playing him, I'm supposed to just die a whole, I'm going to go in with the mindset of, oh, I'm supposed to die a whole lot. And it's not like this is QP. This is ranked. These be my rank up matches. Y'all they be coming up in here. They will sit there. I had a match. I had a Black Panther. Hold on. This happened on stream last night. Streams at CosmicFanta on Twitch. Tap in. I had a stream. I'm solo tanking. I got a Black Panther. We're on the little Dracula castle map. I'm solo tanking on Deadpool. I type into chat, hey, can we get a second tank? Nope. I get a Black Panther, I get a Scarlet Witch, and I think the other one was like a Hela or something, or Namor. It was Namor. Not a single one of them getting any picks. We don't start getting picks until I get my freaking gun ult. Are you serious? Why am I out damaging everybody? I got BP running into a full counter against his character. They got free. They got everything that's meant to make BP's life annoying. They got Loki in their backline. They got a Jeff the Landshark player, but they got the Jeff that knows what he's doing. I don't get those Jeffs. They're always on the other team. They got a Penny Parker with bombs all over the place. It don't make sense. They got DPS that love to deal with BP. They got Mr. Fantastic. They're running double tank. I'm running solo tank into Emma Frost and a Rogue. Do you know how annoying it is to run solo tank into an Emma Frost and a Rogue? I'm getting choke slammed by one. I'm getting sucked off by the other. Not in that way. Get your head out the gutter. And my teammates are sitting here behind me watching it happen. My supports can only do so much. What can my supports do? They got 3 DPS just running around being some idiots. And that's what my whole season has been. I have to carry too freaking hard. Every time I play DPS, I'm not saying I'm the best, duelist in the world. But how is it that I play DPS and that's like my least played role? I got people who've never touched tank or support on this game. And they say that they're play DPS and they don't know when to swap. They can't swap to nothing else. And by the time, and mind you, we're getting smacked the whole time. We're on that Dracula. I'm getting smacked the whole time. I'm typing in chat. Hey, can we get second tank? Hey, can we get second tank? Hey, can we get second tank? I decided to go in the voice chat. I'm like, hey, second tank. Hello? Cool? No? Nobody. Crickets. Only thing I heard was, oh, I don't know, man. Of course you don't know. Of course you don't know. I'm looking at the stat sheet. You super negative. You can't even look at the stat sheet to even know that you're playing bad. I got a Scarlet Witch not getting no picks. Every time she goes into her ult, Emma Frost goes into diamond form and grabs her. No, it makes no sense. She tries to ult in front of the whole enemy team. Scarlet Witch sitting here telling me, hey, can you swap to mag so I can get a bubble? Wait, hold on. You're telling the Deadpool, who's fragging out on the team, to swap to Magneto so I can give you a bubble because that's the only time you can get a freaking ult. Mind you, if I do give you a bubble, you're telegraphing your ult so bad, they understand how to freaking avoid it in the first place. So you're asking me to switch, but not one of the 3 DPS wants to sit there and switch to a second tank to help me out on the front line. Screw you. Tank mains. We need to look. I'm not saying go on strike, but we need to start being petty. Okay, my support mains, they understand how to be petty. Okay, they got pettiness mastered. All right, my support mains, look, they'll sit there, they'll be like, all right, we ain't playing support, bump y'all. Tank mains, I think we gotta start doing the same. I'm being so serious. If I flex it, because I'm gonna be playing mainly DPS set in season 7.5. This next season, I'm insta-locking DPS. I'm sick of y'all. The fact that I actually have this season, I have a higher win percent on playing Blade and playing Blade. What's the other DPS I was playing? I'm trying to remember. Blade and what's his fucking name? Which one was it? Punisher. This guy, right? The fact that I play mainly 2 DPSs, being Blade and Punisher, who aren't necessarily popular picks. I mean, I guess Punisher's more of a popular pick than Blade, definitely. But the fact that I had a higher win percent, and this is my first season actually going out my way to lock in DPS and not necessarily swap off it I mean, I played tank and support here and there. Of course, we needed to, especially if we actually had good duelists and everything. I was more open just to playing tank or support. I didn't mind that. But the fact that my win percent was higher playing duelist than it was on tank and support says a lot. That says a lot because I mainly played Vanguard and I mainly played support. So the fact that I had to sit there, go to a whole role that I don't consistently play, and I was getting more value than my teammates who only play this role. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, if we need a Mr. Fantastic, okay, I would, randomly swap to him. You guys see all these random icons? I've been playing a little bit of everybody. You see these, y'all been on my head about not freaking sitting here clearing my notifications. Y'all see these notifications? I got stuff not claimed. I've been playing different DPSs this season. I've been putting in the work. I've been playing, I've been playing Storm, been playing Punisher, Bucky, played a little bit of Scarlet Witch just for the vibes. Even touched Psylocke, Phoenix, a little bit of Squirrel, a little bit of Star-Lord. I've been playing. I've been playing DPS. I've been getting my fundamentals down. And you mean to tell me these people that sit there and don't swap to no other role, they don't understand how to swap to a different DPS? If I ask you to lock in, I'm not asking you to get off DPS. You can be 0-10. I'm not going to tell you to switch off DPS. I'm just going to tell you to switch to a different DPS so you can try to get some value. And then when y'all do switch, let's say they actually do swap. Let's say they got an Iron Man. My teammates will sit here and swap the Squirrel Girl. They'll sit there and swap the Moon Knight. And they got an Iron Man. I don't get it. You duelist players are not serious. It was a lot of talking. Supports ruin the game. Blah, 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 blah. Dive needs to be stronger. This, that, and the third. Oh, Gambit. Oh, Invis. Oh, this. Oh, that. Oh, triple support. Arguably, I think triple DPS is a bigger problem than triple support, but in the sense that triple DPS tends to sell my lobbies because y'all, it'd be too many of y'all that play this role and suck. I actually rather would have a triple support lineup, because at least I know at bare minimum my supports are going to actually give me some kind of consistent value in triple support. Even if we're not getting no kills, at least I know, okay, well, at least they're trying to heal. When I have triple DPS, I don't know what y'all be trying to do. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Y'all make no sense. 3 DPSs and nothing's dying. I'm getting steamrolled on the front line. My supports are getting dove. No kind of peel. So what's the point of having 3 of y'all? Y'all don't self-evaluate? There's no self-evaluation? Dang, you gonna be like, dang, I probably should swap to something else. Dang, we really could use a second tank, huh? Nah, y'all are incapable. Okay, duelist mains. Don't worry. Tank mains, going forward, if you lock in and you're the only tank, go on ahead. If you type in, hey, can we get a second tank, and nobody listens, guess what? We're playing with 4 DPSs. Oh, we got 3 supports, 2 DPS. You're still solo tanking? Oh, okay. I guess you're going to be running 4 supports. We seen triple support has a low win rate. We're still trying to run it for some goddamn reason. And then when we do run triple support, y'all, okay, now we're going to transition over to supports now. I got to get on y'all head too, because y'all just suck. Some of y'all play support and just suck. What pisses me off about strategist players, it's not because you play strategist. It's really not even the strategist you play. I know I'd be cracking jokes on Jeff the Landshark all the time. It's not even because of that. It's just the mindset and the IQ that y'all be having that don't be making no kind of sense. Why is it? And sometimes this is partially the blame on duelists, because a lot of DPS players will sit there and just go triple support. So it just causes a bigger issue. So I understand that aspect. So yes, DPS players are still not off the freaking hook. But even then, we go triple support. And if we're going to go triple support, can we do it the right way? Can we not go Invis, freaking Luna, and Cloak and Dagger? Why are we going 3 burst healers? Now I'm solo tanking. Who are y'all healing when you're on Cloak and Dagger, Luna, and freaking Invis? Who are y'all actually healing? Me, the solo tank? And guess what? We go triple support and we still die. That's the biggest thing that pisses me off. If we're on triple support and we're still getting steamrolled, get off of triple support, because that healing wasn't the problem. It was a damage issue, and now we have less damage. Now the team doesn't respect our damage at all, or we don't have enough frontline sustain. We need 2 tanks. The enemy team is like, oh, they're in triple support, but they still got a solo tank, and we're running double tank. Have y'all ever ran solo tank into a triple tank lineup and nobody on your team decides to swap to a secondary tank? But they'll stay on triple support and do no damage. They get dove on by a solo Venom, a solo Spider-Man, a solo BP, and they can't heal each other. If we're gonna run triple support, can we do it with some intelligence? Okay? Ultron needs to be in the lineup. Okay? Ultron, Mantis, Luna, something like that, right? We don't need multiple burst healers. Gambit, Loki, Mantis, by far the best triple support lineup. Mantis works great in a triple sup lineup. Gambit and Loki are just they're strong on their own, and they're even more busted together. Run that. Mantis and Loki's really good. They got the team up with Groot. Maybe you could throw in Jeff the Landshark in there if you want to, throw in some utility. You got options. You could throw White Fox in there. And speaking of White Fox, I'm sick of you White Fox players. Why do we support mains? I need, if you guys are still watching, if you made this far in the video, 1, I appreciate you, but 2, tell me about your experiences with having a White Fox on your team. I know it's a new character. Everyone's trying to figure out, what works, what doesn't. Why is it that you soft behind supports who can't brawl worth a nothing? You can't duel nobody worth a nothing. You pick a support who's designed to be a little bit more aggressive than your average support. Ultron, he could throw drones out, and now literally what you're doing is just farming damage. You're looking for picks. That's how his kit works. Adam Warlock, you can heal, but you're also looking for picks. It's the same thing with White Fox. Yeah, she can heal, but you're also looking to help support your dive, to support your brawl. You're looking, not necessarily saying you're going to flank on your own on White Fox, but you're going to help, like, you know, initiate. You're going to help your dive, your brawl to be able to, like, get those cleanup kills. So why is it that when I see a White Fox, I'm like, cool, bet. Let me run a Magic. Let me run an Angela. Let me run a Cap. And then White Fox is going to be able to jump in there with me, get some sustain, and we can get these cleanup kills. Now, you guys want to sit way over in Antarctica. Antarctica, my bad. Over here stuttering and shit. Yeah, y'all want to be all the way in Asgard trying to heal. I had a White Fox. And you know what makes it worse too? White Fox has a Luna team up, but there's so many players that actually suck with Luna. A lot of y'all suck on hit scan. Luna requires aim. So because White Fox in the game, someone picks Luna because she has a team up, and they'll just spam the little Luna team up, get no value out of it. Now they're playing Luna. They suck on the stinking character, so when they get dove on, they don't know what to freaking do in the first place. And both supports aren't even peeling for each other, so it turns into a freaking, you know, everybody for themselves freaking match. I turn around, y'all both dead. White Fox ain't diving with nobody. White Fox ain't peeling for nobody. It don't make no sense. You just want to sit on White Fox and heal bot. I'd rather take a Jeff. I would rather take a mid-tier Jeff over a crackhead freaking White Fox. I ain't gonna lie. I'll take a Jeff doing the bare minimum with just heal botting than I would with a White Fox trying to heal bot. Them heals is not it. Yes, she can get a lot of heals, but the way she does it requires you to have a little bit more of a brain capacity. And a lot of people within the support role, for some reason, we lack the comprehension. We just lack comprehension. I had an invisible woman on my team. She was getting dove on. And every time, you know, I went to go peel, I mean, she would get dove, and it's just like the moment she got touched by anything, it's like the player just gave up. Whoever was playing Invis just gave up on the spawn, just died. Just respawn. They don't use none of the kit. So, well, if you're not gonna peel, I'm not gonna heal. You're not gonna try to stay alive. You can't give me like 3 seconds to get you. 2 seconds. You're not gonna let me. You're not gonna give me a half second just to turn around and help you out. You're not gonna ping. You're gonna hop on the mic and cry though. Okay, that's cool. Supports, I know y'all get a lot of hate, but y'all be doing it to yourselves. And tank mains, we can't stand y'all. We can't stand supports. We can't stand duelists. And supports, y'all been hit hard with the ult nerfs too. You know, Invis isn't launching as many. Gambit definitely isn't launching as many, but you know the Gambit Loki team kind of remedies that just a little bit. You're able to kind of, but it's not as like aggressive as it used to be. But y'all ain't getting your nerfs as easily. I got a lot of fake Gambit players out here, man. I got a bunch of fake Gambits. Y'all aren't real Gambits. They nerfed his ultimate, you know, a little bit. Oh yeah, now y'all cooked. Y'all don't know what to do. It's sad. I got a bunch of cloak and dagger merchants. Don't know how to dagger storm. Don't know how to fade. Miss time and everything. This community is not serious. Tank mains, we're sick and tired, y'all. We're tired. Season 7. I don't know what to tell you. Here's how I'll end this video. I'll say this. Season 7 was good in the sense that gameplay wise, you know, quality of life wise, when it came to ult spam and certain things. Now there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be addressed. There are certain characters that still need to be reeled in. You know, people still hate triple support, but I don't think NetEase is necessarily going to nerf triple support because they kind of already nerf, you know, ult charge as it is. So triple support is actually worse when it comes to ult charge, but people are still going to run it. You know, it's just an education, you know, comprehension thing. And a lot of people refuse to read abilities on this game. So if they're not going to read abilities, they're not going to go out the way to educate themselves on how to actually use the freaking character. So that doesn't surprise me. But Season 7, neutral game, ult changes, great. And makes the actual gameplay loop a little bit, you know, a little bit more fun. A little bit more, it's a little bit more refreshing, you know, especially for tanking, right? But good Lord, when it comes to matchmaking, when it comes to your fellow player's skill, when it comes to them executing, it is the worst thing in the world. And I'm telling you right now, next season, it's up. I'm insta-locking.